Hello, I'd like to welcome you to view the eBASIS database. eBASIS is a unique database that contains critically evaluated data from peer-reviewed publications on the content and the beneficial bioeffects of bioactive constituents in plant-based foods. There's additional information on plants, including synonyms and pictures, and their names in 15 different languages. To access the database, users need to have their unique username and password. If you do not have your own username and password, please contact secretariat at eurofear.org. Within the database, we have two methods of searching for data. We can search for composition data, and we can search for the beneficial effects. This is the page where you report composition data that's included in eBASIS database. The page is split into three. At all stages on the right hand side of the page will be your help text. I'll show you how to search the composition data within the eBASIS database. The first stage in selection of your data is to choose the parameters. You can choose plants, compounds, or any combination of plants and compounds. So for the sake of this search, I'd like to know what bioactive compounds are present in apple. The first stage is to select apple from the plant list. A question mark adjacent to the plant name will take you to further information on the plant. With a picture, Latin names, synonyms, parts of the plant that are analysed. You can see here we have 651 data points covering apple. I can choose additional information. I can select from particular compounds. If I was only interested in a particular compound in apple, I could limit my search by the compound name. Similarly, by the compound class or the country of origin. The second stage in the search system is to create your composition report. This is what you wish to see in your final report. When adding data into the database, we actually collect 42 bits of information on each individual data point, and those are shown in these output fields. So the user can select any number of these, including information on the bibliographic reference, information on the food plant, where it was grown, food description, any processing, information on the sampling, information on the analytical method, and information on the quality of the data that's included. This is a standard composition report where we've selected the plant, the part, the compound class, the level, the units, and the subspecies. Clicking View Report will open a page that looks similar to an Excel document. You can export it to Excel for further manipulation of the data by clicking this button here. You'll see here that the eBASIS database does not aggregate data. It's up to the user to manipulate the data how they wish, to choose the highest level, the lowest level, the average level. Also, we have the ability, by pressing this reference button, to export all the references that link to the bioactive composition of apples within eBASIS, and this can be directly added to EndNote databases. Green colour indicates additional links. So for example, I can link to the unique reference number where this information came from. Have the reference information, comments on the paper itself, and the ability to show the PDF or the abstract of the publication. Similarly, we have a link to the plant page, that I showed you earlier. And this unique ID will take you to the full page of information about this particular row of data. Click here and it will open the input form for that one data point. So it will tell you the species, type of apple, where it was grown, how it was processed, if it was processed, the sampling information from the peer-reviewed publication, how it was analysed, how it was extracted, and the quality of the data. So in this case, the evaluator has said that the sampling plan is not ideal. So going back to the search page, you can see that it's very user-led. It's up to you how you extract the data, and it's up to you the detail of your search and the outputs you require. The second search that's available within the eBASIS database is beneficial bioeffects data. These again peer-reviewed publications that have been extracted with beneficial data. Human studies. For beneficial data, I shall use a search that's already been saved. In this case, I have selected to see the beneficial effects of soya. I could limit the search further by specifying compound name or the quality of the data that's included. There are 11 bits of data on the beneficial bioeffects of soya. Again, the user can select the information they wish to view in their report by selecting output fields. By clicking output fields, the user can choose to see all the fields that are collected for beneficial data. View report will open up an Excel type document which will indicate all the fields required by the user. So in this case, the user has chosen the plant soya, but also what compounds were particularly being covered by the research and the experimental outcome. How long the treatment duration was. Again, the user can choose to see the reference by clicking this unique reference code and linking to the PDF that's available. Again, we can choose to see additional information on the entire row of data. So in this case, the data from this paper, a crossover study in postmenopausal women, information on the plant, information on how it was processed, information on the test material, how the test was carried out, duration, major parameters, experimental outcome and results. All these fields available on the left-hand side can be chosen as one of your report options. Should you come into the database from a biological effects point of view or from interest in a particular compound class, maybe you find information on a particular plant that you wish to know more about. In this case, you can search using languages, 16 different languages, scientific name, plant name, and clicking on the button will take you to further information about that plant. When exporting to Excel, unique ID will always be exported. We have our full quality assurance documentation. We also include related literature and databases that may be of use to the user. There are occasions when users of the database are finding information on compound classes that they don't understand or wish to know more about. We have textual information on these compound classes so that users can find out more and have additional links to these. So for example, this is anthocyanin. You can print this page and find additional information on the class. The Excel reports produced from the composition and the beneficials reports all have unique IDs for each row of data. entering the information on that row will achieve the original input form, which may be of use if you have some outliers and you wish to check where the source of the data came from. Alongside the composition and beneficial data we have within eBASIS, we have a section on plant foods. This is of use to users, European users of the database, who maybe wish to know further information about food plants, but also gives them the ability to search for information in their native language or the scientific name. So you see here we have information on plants in 15 different languages, and also the ability to search a plant using scientific names or synonyms. So as an example, I may have been reading a paper on allium and I'm really not sure myself which allium species they're talking about. So a search on allium within the database gives me a number of species, and this is this particular one that is in the information. Clicking on this will open another page, shows me that I'm covering the English name shallot. Will give me the alternative national names, and I can link it to the GRIN database to find further botanical information on the shallot. There will also be additional information available, and the references can be printed out related to shallot within the eBASIS database. Hope you found this informative. If you have any questions, please do contact us at secretariat@eurofair.org. Thank you.